What's up guys, I'm Jenny. Welcome to Jenny Moonbloom. And right now I'm about to get a little project started. Actually a little succulent project. I'm going to attempt to propagate succulent leaves in water. I don't have much experience with propagating succulents in water. I have started them out on like a little succulent tray in soil, but never attempted it in water, so it's something I definitely want to try. I've heard good things about this method. I've heard that succulents do root and start to grow much more rapidly than soil. So I'm definitely intrigued by this method. I definitely want quicker results, right? Who doesn't want their plants to grow faster so you can grow more plants? So yeah, I really want to try that. I think, I'm not sure how long it's going to take or if I'm going to have success, but it never hurt in trying, right? So let's mention all the materials we are going to need for this little project, and it's pretty simple. You're not going to need too much. First, obviously, you're going to need a collection of succulent leaves, which I have here, a bunch of random leaves from the garden. I'm not exactly sure what succulent is what, but one most important thing is before you use any of your succulent leaves to propagate, you should definitely give them at least 3 days to callus over. So the little part that you snapped off your succulent stem, that little wound needs to dry over, it needs to close up before we could use it, because if it stays open and we try to propagate it and gets any type of water on it, it's going to absorb too much water, and you know what happens with succulents when they get too much water. They rot and you die, and that's not what we want. So most important, succulent leaves, but make sure they have been sitting out for at least 3 days to callus over. So succulent leaves. Another thing we are going to need is a jar. I have a couple different jars because I want to kind of experiment with them. So I have like a colored jar, I have a shorter jar that's going to hold less water, and then like a regular mason jar that's going to hold a little more. So I want to experiment with different vessels. I wonder if it's better to have more water, or it's okay to have less water, or if they're going to grow okay in a colored pot. So that's one thing, just my little experiment I want to try. Another thing you're going to need is some clear plastic saran wrap. Also some rubber bands, and something sharp, like maybe a little sharp toothpick, a little knife, or some scissors. And then obviously, we'll need some water for our jars. So yeah, let's get this project started. Okay, so we are adding water to our jars. You want to leave maybe, I don't know, maybe an inch or so from the top of your jar, just so it's not full, and just so your tips of your succulents are not touching the water. You don't want your succulents touching the water, but you want your succulents reaching for the water. So just high enough so it's right under the rim. Next, we are going to get saran wrap and cover each of these lids tightly. I should have had this ready, but I don't, so we're gonna do it together. So all right, so yeah, just enough saran wrap to completely wrap over your jar. Let's see if I could use some for this. So you want it tied over the jar, and then we're gonna grab our rubber bands to hold it in place. do it to each one. Okay. So once we have our jars wrapped, secure and tight, I like to make sure it's pretty tight, like no wrinkles. It's gonna be better hold for your succulents, I think. So once our jars are wrapped up nice and tight, we're going to add our succulents. I'm going to use my little toothpick just to help me add holes without adding too big of a hole. So what we're gonna do is poke a hole in the saran wrap just large enough so we can squeeze our leaf in, but you don't want the hole too big to where your leaf is gonna fall through. So just enough so your leaf kind of like hovers like that. And let's get the rest of them in. So remember, super important, make sure your succulent leaves are calloused over before we use them for our project. And also keep in mind, for whatever reason, not all succulent leaves will propagate. Some grow faster than others, some just grow roots, some just don't grow at all. So don't get discouraged if, you know, some of your leaves aren't growing. It's nothing you're doing wrong. It's they're wrong for not growing. It's their wrong. Don't feel bad. So maybe get like 5 in here, and then we'll put them in each of the other ones. But like I said, I just wanted to try different vessels just to see what works best. If I could get away with using a shallow one, or if they like having more water, or if you could get away using a colored glass, because I don't know. I feel like sometimes the colored glass helps the growth of some plants and sometimes it slows it down. So we'll see what orange does. And then we got one here with a little bit of roots, but let's throw it in and see what happens. Just like that. So they're tucked in, but they're not touching water. Do it again. Little vessel. And these guys, I'm gonna try maybe leaving one on a windowsill and maybe one under a grow light. Yeah, I'm gonna put the little one on a windowsill, and then let's put the 2 big ones under a grow light and see what happens. See if they like natural light, see if the grow light works just as well or better. And my plastic's too loose on this one. All right, cool. So let's get these guys prepped here. Let's put them to the side and let's give them some time and see what happens. And then let's do the last of them in this big guy. Hopefully they grow well in this one. Nice and tight there. So yeah, some of them already started growing without any attention. It's pretty crazy. You kind of just leave them, forget about them. Some will grow just fine without soil or water. I've noticed I'll completely neglect a piece and I'll see it fully grow into a plant. It's pretty awesome. So every leaf is different, just like humans. Each of them have their own personality. So can't expect the same result every single time. All right. So let's give them, I don't know, a few weeks. It might take even a month to see some good actual results, but we'll do some updates and we'll go from there, and we'll see if I want to continue using water propagation for my succulents as a method or stick with soil. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is like my third video, and I really enjoy being part of the YouTube community, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Give me pointers, let me know what I could work on, or let me know of what you guys may want to see or hear from me. Yeah, guys, let's give us a time and come check in with me soon. And I hope you guys enjoyed and maybe learned a little something, and maybe you'll come back and check me out again soon. Our 3 little water propagation containers, we are gonna wait. All right, thanks for joining, guys. Have a great day. Peace.